DJ Nicholas on the show. When you hear the trumpet or the flute, know it's a battle. Time to put your vehicle in a drive, get it to travel. Like Mary, you are for you to put it on tackle. When the war so easy on me body, and when it got man them there, the man to man the look and it on them there. So a lot of times when the on them there, and I the devil plan make we find them. We have to run them out when it got man them there, the man to man the look and it on them there.
Yes, greetings, man and man. Welcome to the mailbox. Can you imagine? This is June 3, 2026, the 3rd of June, 2026. It might be a very warm or hot afternoon for you. Certainly it's warm in Kingston City. Yeah, Courtney and Kevin in the place. So we're talking about leaving a legacy. Leaving a legacy is about passing on your values, your knowledge, and impact to future generations. It is shaped by your daily actions, not just material wealth. Building one involves sharing your wisdom, creating lasting memories, and supporting causes that matter to you. So, a meaningful legacy can be built in several ways: values and wisdom, where you can share your life lessons, your beliefs, and family history. This can be done through storytelling, writing memoirs, or recording ethical wills to guide your loved ones. Then family and mentorship. Invest your time in nurturing the people around you, imparting skills, emotional support, and opportunities to children or mentees that creates a ripple effect that outlasts your lifetime. What about philanthropy and community? Support charities, non-profits, or civic causes. Consider establishing foundations, naming scholarships, or engaging in impact investing to advance issues you care about. And this one about estate planning. Ensure your tangible assets are distributed in a way that protects your family and reflects your principles. This involves creating a will. And when you create a will, it doesn't mean you're going to die. Create a will or a trust with the help of estate planning professionals. And finally, creative works. What about writing books, create art, or build organizations that solve problems and shape the thinking of those who come after you? This is the program designed for men with guests who are men, hosted by men. It's aired every Wednesday, unless it's a holiday, at 5:30 p.m. right here on Love 101, the family station. Yes, it's the mailbox. I'm Kevin Bailey. My co-host is right here.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Courtney Morrison, and sitting in with the famous counseling psychologist Kevin Bailey. For the past 13 years, he has been here. What a great evening it promises to be. And so to all our listeners, thanks for making it Love 101 and making it your family, your station of choice. This is a family station. We're talking about leaving a legacy. And do we have a guest for you today? We will be talking with him and ensuring that the communication goes forth. So this is the station, this is the program that is ready for every and anything. Remember, you can send us text messages by 876-997-3125, or you can call us at our studio lines 968-83328. Please, we are looking forward to it, Kev.
That's right, Courtney. And to all our listeners, thanks for making Love 101 your station of choice. We know you have alternatives, and here you are with us. So we're talking about leaving a legacy, and today we'll be having a conversation with a very special guest, Mr. Calvin Curtis Wilby, aka Prodigal Son. Yes, Prodigal Son will be in the place as he shares on how we can establish worth, invest time in nurturing the people around us, and become a positive influence in our community. And so it's gonna be great welcoming Prodigal Son. So Courtney, you know, say it's going to be an amazing time, right?
Yes, it's going to be an amazing time. And indeed, he's coming up with his album launch, Legacy. And it's also just his birthday just yesterday. Today's what, the third? Yeah, just yesterday.
Third.
And so he's doing well, and we want to give a big shout out to him as he comes on. It will be such a great time. And Kev, is there any
Yep.
questions that we have? I'm not seeing my script, so I'm seeking your
Yeah.
assistance.
Sure, sure. So we want to say, man and man, remember, we want to hear from you. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. Remember, you can leave your comments via our WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. Or call our studio lines 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. Also, we're on TikTok at Love 101 FM
So
Jamaica.
ladies, what I say, how do you plan to leave a legacy? You can participate in the program by leaving us a message via our WhatsApp or Facebook, YouTube pages. Females, remember, no calls or voice notes are allowed. How do you plan to leave a legacy? This program happens every Wednesday between 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. on Love 101.
That's right. And Courtney met some lovely ladies that worship at Hampton Green Gospel Chapel over the weekend, and they must heal you up because they listen to the mailbox. We're talking about senior citizen sister Gloria Clark and also Maxine Clark. But Sister Clark, man, she said we have swag, and she like how we deal with the program. So we want to thank those faithful persons who are listening from Moran Point to Negril. So big up Sister Clark from Hampton Green Gospel Chapel. And so many persons that are very encouraging to us over the years. They have been with us, Courtney. So really appreciate them.
Hey Kevin, I go all the way down a country in Westmoreland 1 year to do a funeral. And I was recognized just by my voice.
Oh boy.
I'm telling you, man, I come back home with plantain and yam and banana. So different experiences over the years, and we're truly thankful for all those who have listened, who have and strange enough, most often it's the ladies that we encounter who have really listened and have really appreciated the program. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, but I tell you too, because I was with the New Testament Church of God at Lidford in St. Helena at their men's conference, and the amount of men that came and said, boy, them listen to the mailbox. I have to big up Reverend Nigel Martin and the team there doing an amazing job. And so many of the men said, boy, them listen to the program. They're challenged, encouraged, empowered by it as well. So really want to appreciate the man them. From Moran Point to Negril, from the youngest to the eldest, and we're very privileged and honored to have this privilege here, Courtney, every Wednesday, this platform to challenge, encourage, and empower our men to become all they were created to become. All right.
And we want our men to know, we're not perfect. As a matter of fact, the program challenges us as well. And so we are very grateful to be doing the program, to be just listening to some of our men, to be helping with our men, to be sharing with you guys. It is powerful. No pastor who preaches without feeling the impact of his own message. You need to go back and check some stuff, because the truth is, if it is not impacting your life as well, then it's hardly likely it will impact anyone else's. It is just an amazing thing.
You know what you said is so true, because when you check it out, the men of God that we are exposed to in the scriptures, how many of them were imperfect. In fact, it appears that is because they're imperfect that the perfect God chose them. And so all of us, we have the opportunity to learn, and we still can leave a legacy. Isn't that what we're going to talk about? That you do not have to be perfect to leave a legacy. And in the sense of it, that I am amazed, Courtney, that a perfect God could choose an imperfect person like us, like myself, to do his perfect will. How do you add that up? That a perfect God would choose imperfect persons to do his perfect will. It must be the grace.
He's just awesome. Romans 8:28 puts it this way: for all things work together for good to them that love God. So the criteria is to love God. It's not about being perfect. It's about loving him. And then he allows even some of what seem to be to become messages. And always, I just want to say to somebody as they're listening, the phase that you're going through right now is not necessarily where you'll end. The destination to which God is carrying. The journey most often is never comfortable. But to get to the destination, what a day, I have to use kind of statement word, what a day of rejoicing that will be. Yes, it will be.
It definitely will be. We're very grateful for that. I like what Philippians 1 verse 6 says, being confident of this very thing, that he who hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. And those of us who have been Christians, and in the trenches know that it is because of the grace of God, not our strength, with all the hiccups, with all the mistakes, that God still loves us, as is warts and all. And I am so grateful for that. So, yeah.
On a different note, June is being celebrated as Men's Mental Health. And I was just looking at some statistics just before I got onto the program to see how many men we do suffer in silence. We're seen as emotionless beings, and we are still yet held more accountable than any other gender. Well, there's only two genders. The other gender, in any situation, men could be suffering in silence, yet persons see him as failing and never ever attend to his feelings to say, how you doing? How are you? Do you need any help? No. Sometimes we are seen almost as concrete structures and emotionless. But men's mental health, so many complete suicide, so many feel unappreciated and are going through it. Let us be aware of all of those factors as we celebrate this month for our men.
So timely, and we really are very happy for the focus on men's mental health. According to the World Health Organization, your mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual can realize his or her goals, can manage the normal stresses of life, can be fruitful and productive, and make a meaningful contribution to his or her community. Courtney, if you're amazed, when you look at the definition of good mental health, and then you check Genesis, where God says, be fruitful and multiply and subdue the earth. It's like they borrow it straight from Genesis. God expects us, actually, no matter what we encounter, we're going to manage the stresses of life, because there will be stressors in life. We want to apologize for the delay of our guest, Prodigal Son, just trying to work through the technical issues. So we trust God soon, and very soon we're going to have him on. And so I think we're just about to take our first break, Courtney. This is Courtney Morrison, Kevin Bailey in the place, and this is the mailbox. So we take our first break, we go to studio, then we'll be right back after this.
Right your head. In the last days, the moon and got on black and the sun blood red. Sun blood red. In the lake of fire, when God to hell. It was prophesied Babylon tell. Stock up, buy more and win more.
Stock up and win big with Scott. Buy 2 or more Scott packs and you could win a 3-month supply of Scott products. One winner per parish. Entering is easy. Just fill out the entry form, attach your receipt, and drop it in the entry boxes at select locations, or enter through the ScottWinBig.com website to participate.
Stock up, buy more and win more.
Promotion runs from May 1 to June 5, 2026. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
This is Love 101 FM, the family station. It's 5:45. Come Alive Collective presents Come Alive, a national call to worship with Michael W. Smith, Papa San, Jermaine Edwards, John Mark Wiccan, Petra K, Humble. Saturday, August 1 at King's House, East Lawn. Limited special offer tickets available now at topstonelink.com and select outlets island-wide. General 7,000, VIP 22,000, VVIP 32,000. Come Alive Jamaica. This is your moment. Follow at Come Alive Jamaica. Start your day informed, alert, and ahead of the curve. Join us at 6:30 a.m. for the latest breaking news, weather updates, and everything you need to know. Clear, concise, connected. It's your morning news right here on Love 101 FM, the family station. On Mondays, the morning news is brought to you by the Ministry of National Security Live Good Anti-Violence Campaign. The Jamaica Teachers Association National Secondary Committee is empowering youth through skills, innovation, and excellence for national development. Don't miss the National Skills Expo this Thursday, June 4 at the Carteret College playing field in Cool Mandeville. 9 a.m. Building skills, building Jamaica, one youth at a time. Meet the president, Mr. Malaber, secondary chair, Mrs. L. Reed Henningham, special presenters, Dr. Delise Williams, principal of VTDI, and Mr. Gavin Derizio JP, Lasco TVET Teacher of the Year 2026. The JTA, empowering youth, inspiring potential, innovating futures, and excelling together. Love 101 will be on location for the National Skills Expo this Thursday, June 4, the Carteret College playing field in Mandeville. The event begins at 9 a.m. and the broadcast on Love 101 begins at 9:30 a.m. Listen for Voice of Power at 9 a.m. The JTA's National Skills Expo this Thursday, June 4, the Carteret College playing field in Mandeville, live on Love 101, the family station.
I am a man, yes. Strong man.
Welcome back to the program. This is the Mailbox. I'm Pastor Courtney Morrison, sitting in with counseling psychologist Kevin Bailey. Been here for the past 13 years. Hey, Kev, in a month at 13, 14 years ago?
Can you imagine that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Kevin, you're getting older, but at my age, not moving. But today we're talking about leaving a legacy. Our guest, we apologize for the delay with our guest, Mr. Calvin Wilby. Most of you know him as Prodigal's Son, or if you started out in the early days, Blessed or Prodi, or real CEO, Prodigy. You know, he's just an amazing young man, and we want to hear so much from there will be the album launch, The Legacy, come the 6th of June at the Swallowfield Chapel, and it promises to be a fantabulous time. I should tell you, if you haven't gotten your tickets, I think it's time to get them, if tickets are left. That is, I should say that if tickets are left. I know VIP is sold out and quite a number of the other tickets are out, but indeed, Mr. Calvin will be coming from way back the days of the Fatherless Crew, and so much happened. Andrew Lawrence, I think, saw him walking down the road and said to him, God know what you're about for doing. And that sparked the change in his life. And we are seeing the man, the messenger, the man with a testimony that we are so impacted by his music for over the past how much years? I guess when we speak to him, he would tell us exactly how many years it has been. You know, so many albums, many people still have not yet experienced fully, but it's just great. I remember songs such as Who's That Guy in the Radical Attire, No Jacket, No Tie, and why is he sitting in front of me, in the front of it just some amazing songs, and it's just great. Kev?
No, it's true, man. And when him a wow you out, you know, man. When him a wow the things them, and to think what good can come from certain places. You know, sometimes people feel less than because they were born in certain areas, because they didn't go to certain name brand school, because they weren't educated as others. But what Prodigal has shown is that when you're obedient, when you follow God, God used you in some amazing ways, as reflected on the passage in Acts chapter 17 that says, God knew the boundaries, knew the location, the time in which we were going to be born. And so wherever you were born, God knew exactly, and he allowed it so that we would seek him and find him, even though he's not far from us. So, his own story is a testament of the faithfulness of God and what God can accomplish. Even if we think our past was not the past that we wanted, but God is concerned about the present and the future. Isn't that just amazing, Courtney? We can make it, and we will do it. So
Hey, one of the songs that I remember was one that was done with Danny Brownie. Prodigal, you turn Christian. that one for me still is so impactful. Man turn Christian, I know Greece can. It is still powerful just to hear some of those even earlier ones that many of this generation may not know that first album, God can't hold on in your pocket, so you can't stop it. Most persons don't know what a 3-star ratchet is, so the words of the song might mean very little to them. So
no, it shows though that when he came on the scene and they talk about the Main Street crew, Danny Brownie and the team, it was a shocker to the Christian community and the transformation that it caused. Because some people were not ready for this, and yet it did an amazing work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. So we're still hoping to connect here with Prodigal Son, and we're working on the connection as well. So yes, Courtney. So I was just talking about the impact, because how do you know the legacy that you're leaving behind? Can you truly know the legacy? I have a feeling that we can't know the impact of it.
We can't, and most often it's those left behind, and that's not necessarily right. Those who are following in the footsteps of those who have left behind a legacy are noticing it. And we're trying to figure out why is it. Sometimes we don't see it for ourselves, why they are so impacted, because you're just doing what you naturally do, and it becomes a legacy.
In looking, just reading some of the things, the meaningful legacy that can be built in several ways. One is our values and wisdom. How do we share our life lessons? What are our beliefs? What about our family history? Sometimes it can be done through storytelling. Some of us were good at telling stories, and we pass it on to generation, or writing our memoirs, or recording ethical wills to guide our loved ones. But we have to clarify our values. We have to say what we're about so that we can pass that on to the generation. And we want to challenge our men, that you clarify your values. What gives meaning to your life? What gives purpose to your life? What is it that God has deposited inside of you so that you can be a blessing to others as well? One of the ways.
Let's welcome Mr. Calvin Wilby, aka Prodigal Son. He is now with us, and indeed it's an honor and a privilege to have you with us, sir. We're chat about you, although you never there, I tell you. So apologies, we had technical difficulties getting through, but now he's on. Prodi, what do I want to say?
Welcome, Prodigal Son. Are you hearing us?
Go on. Hello?
Yeah, man, hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. Are you not hearing us?
All right, I'm hearing you now. Blessings, man.
Good
Great to have you, sir.
So because we want to maximize the time, we want to ask you, are we doing enough as a society in regards to leaving a legacy for the next generation? Yea or nay, depending on your answer, tell us why you choose that answer. Are we doing enough as a society in regards to leaving a legacy for the next generation?
Well, for me, I couldn't say yay or nay. The question would be based on if we as the church, if we as the people of God doing enough, because that's the standard I would measure it by, you know. And I think there's always more that we can do. But I think there are some people that's doing their best. And if you're doing your best, then it is what it is. You can't do more than you can do.
Thank you for that, prodigal son. You have just a journey, and can you, for those who are listening and those who don't know, can you share a little bit about your early upbringing, where you were born? What was it like for you growing up? Did you grow with gold spoon in your mouth? Now we hear the amazing work you're doing, what you have been impacting the nation and the world. But tell us a little bit about your early childhood experience.
Well, I personally, I was born in a little town called Jericho, St. Catherine, and I spent a few years there as a child, and for whatever reason, my mother gave me to my grandmother, and I went to St. Thomas. I lost my grandmother, and I came to Kingston. And as you know, I'm up on the road. So, I came to Kingston, and I ended up living in the market, you know, downtown in Princess Street. Grew up in Rima. And ended up in gang, all of them stuff. So for me, I definitely never get no spoon at all, neither gold, silver, or no spoon. I had to just tear a piece of the box off of the cover and eat what I get. So but what I understood from that, no, then I didn't understand. I understand that purpose comes with process, and process take time, and you can't race the process. Greatness have no discount. You have to pay the full price. So I would never trade or change my life for nothing. Everything that I've been through is a part of me. Never take God by surprise. Him said before I was formed in my mother's womb, he foreknew and predestined my life. So him never twiddle him thumb and I wonder, hey, why is he on the street? Why am I wipe car glass? Why am I eat out of the garbage? Why this? Why am I suffer? His suffering was for me to understand that there's gonna become a day when you no longer will be suffering in this type of way. You won't be financially suffering, or you won't be suffering with lack of house, you're homeless and them thing there. But you have to see people going through it. So I'm fixing your heart in a position that you not only can have sympathy on these people, but you can have empathy. Because sometimes when we are too privileged, we become with apathy. We just say, oh, that's life. But no, that's not it for me.
Those who are listening, we're having a conversation. Yes, go ahead, Courtney.
Yeah, man. The one prodigal himself. We're coming up on our first break in a few. And when we come back, we want to hear more. Where did the transformation begin? How did you get off the street? How did you get involved in gospel music? And then further in the program, we also want to hear the legacy. And by the way, belated happy birthday, sir. We want to ensure that everyone who is listening in will hear of his old transformation, where he is today. God can't hold on in your pocket. You can't stop it. Can't spin a 3-star ratchet. So we come right back after this break and hear more about Calvin Curtis Wilby, aka Prodigal Son, the real CEO.
This is Love 101 FM, the family station. It's 6 o'clock. Come Alive Collective presents Come Alive, a national call to worship with Michael W. Smith, Papa San, Jermaine Edwards, John Mark Wiccan, Petra K, Humble. Saturday, August 1 at King's House, East Lawn. Limited special offer tickets available now at touchstonelink.com and select outlets island-wide. General 7,000, VIP 22,000, VVIP 32,000. Come Alive Jamaica. This is your moment. Follow at Come Alive Jamaica.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
Welcome back to the program. I'm Pastor Courtney Morrison along with Kevin Bailey. Our special guest for today is none other than Calvin Wilby, aka Prodigal Son. And sometimes I wonder which is his real name. I think Prodigal Son I'm renamed too. But indeed, we're hearing from him and we want to hear more how he left from St. Catherine, St. Thomas left St. Catherine, St. Thomas came into Kingston, got involved in dance. We are asking, when did the transformation begin? How did you get involved in gospel? And everybody listening in want to hear more about that. Sir Calvin, your turn.
Yes, sir. So I got involved in gospel music. I remember when I was down there in the inner city, and one day a war broke out and it got bad. So I left the community, and well, the man them hold me up and say, hey, them will kill me. And for some reason, well, not for some reason, God knew that wasn't supposed to happen. So he didn't allow it to, and now I leave the community and up on the other side of the next side of the ghetto. And one day I walk, I come up. It was a Thursday. And I decided that I go back in my community because I now stay out the road. And when I come up the street, I see two young men, they were evangelizing. And while I never know them.
Yes.
I was prepared like, this might be a confrontation. And when I reached closer, I recognized one of them that used to come in the community and preach and do Bible study and all them things. And him start speaking to me and him say, you, sir, God call you. I'm looking at him and say, for what? I said, well, I don't want your God. What you got to do when everything happened to me? What you got to do when my grandmother and the whole thing, and I just start list out, I was bitter. And the next one said to me, you know where God was the same place that he was when Jesus was dying on the cross for you. I can't tell you what was wrapped in those words, but conviction took me.
Yes.
And I said, everything I have, take it. And they did what they were supposed to do. The Thursday, that was the Friday, there's a thing called Rock Teens that happened at Church on the Rock, that they used to come and pick up the youths. But I was there and there was a curfew. And they came back to pick up. And when them reach, them call me. And when them I say, me now come outside, because I be a soldier and police out there. And by this time, when them say, come, and I say, no, me have a Nokia 3310 phone. Me never forget a blue and black one where them give me to talk to me. And me talk on the phone and I walk past the first soldier, go down the stairs and him shake him head to me. Next one, we go in and him nod. And me I say, I feel like the money I got old man reach down at the last part of the step. Because this can't make no sense. And I walk until I reach to the guys. God rest them soul in peace, Andrew Lawrence and Magnus Christie, anyway, he's alive.
Wow.
And I came to Church on the Rock. I walk out of the community for the first time without harassment, no police saying anything, no soldier saying anything. I could have considered that to be the first miracle that took place even before that I could have recognized, even before I became a Christian. And I went to church, Rock Teens, the Saturday, them say, them now make me go back down there because the place under curfew and all kind of things. And I stood there, them give me a place to stay the night. I stayed with one of them. And I stayed uptown and them came to go church Sunday morning. My other people them who involved down there in a gang, they came up and with their church and Pastor Keen, God rest him soul, Pastor Keen preach, God can turn a mess into a message. Midway of the message, I walked to the altar, stood there, and something just keep me at the altar. I really wanted to go back to my seat because I feel some type of way. I say, yo, why am I not my girlfriend? The man, them are going to say, me I say, the man, them are going to say, me a coward, all of them things there. But by this time, I just couldn't leave. All this time, God just had his hand on me. He just knew that, hey, you are mine. Watch my 10 friends, them went back to them seat. Long and short, I know this is radio and time is expensive. I tell you this. I lost almost every one of my friends in less than 6 months to the gun that was at that altar that refused. And I understood. And now I totally and completely understand that God say, if you hear him word, harden not your heart. Because today is the day of salvation. And I will tell everybody under the sound of my voice. It was after that I was introduced to Danny Brownie. And when I was introduced to Danny Brownie, we just start working. And we start working to the point where, it just, we never understood what happened. Even my first song it's like a miracle. I remember after I start work with Danny for the first year, I was just literally in Bible study at studio. Every time we go to do a song, we end up doing Bible study. And that's it. Total Bible study we into. For 1 year straight, Pastor Courtney and Kevin, listen, that was because we decided that, listen, we nah do nothing and preach about no God what we don't know about.
Yeah.
And we start study the word of God. I remember I'm sick, I got pneumonia. Danny clean out the office and give me because that's when they have and me spread my clothes them on the ground and sleep, man. Because he might do everything in his power. Him just get saved, me just get saved. He might come out of dance hall, me I come out of gang life.
Yeah.
Me end up I get pneumonia. I remember a day me upstairs and I pain, me a cough, blood, everything. And me supposed to go to the doctor. And me I walk past the studio door and me hear this beat I play. And me push me head in the studio and said, Danny, me have a song for this. And he said to me, say, go on to the doctor. And me start say, no man, I have one song, I can't dead and do a song, man. Because I summer feel. And him say, you're not dead. Go and go do your go and to the doctor when you come back, we'll listen to the song. Anyways, went in the studio, reluctantly him say, come in. I'm walking. If you listen to the song, that you hear my hoarse. Me a cough midway, and I sing the song. And me start sing. I wish them would have done this blackness and start to create some conscious lyrics.
Wow.
But I finished the song, was a demo, and me leave and go to the doctor, and him say, all right, when you well, we'll finish the song. Him balance the song and everything. And when I came back, I see at the studio, I see Squeeze from another radio station. And I see Francois, I see Big A, I see all of the men in the studio yard. Danny send the song, call them and say, come listen to the youth here. And them listen and goofy them, all of the man them come in and say, Danny, this I got changed the entire landscape of gospel music. And they started to play. And from them start playing that song, that song took me around the world. To God be the glory. That song go mix all now. That's not been mastered. It's the demo that went #1 across the world. And that in and of itself showed me that this had nothing to do with me. It was just God predestinated this and God preordained that that we would. I always tell people, me and Danny come like match made in heaven when it comes to music, because every time that we sit to do anything, God breathed on it, and that's exactly what continues to happen.
Wow, listeners, Manuel, listen, hearing the voice there of prodigal son and the journey. Can you share? I mean, fast forward to now, because we know we're forgetting whole heap of things. The Legacy Family Fest, Prodigal Son, the launch coming up June the 6th at Solofield. Tell us, what is it that you really want to share? What is it that God is saying to you, to the people, a synopsis, and what is it that people can expect when they come to this launch?
All right, so listen, man of God, Kevin, you see, for me, when I decided to call this album Legacy,
Yeah.
I just, the question you asked me, I could answer it like just straightforward. I chose to answer it the way that I did. But legacy for me is leaving a lasting, not just impression, but leaving something that is greater than yourself behind. That the generation that's coming can capitalize and can use it. One great man of God said it this way: you can get a child $1 million, give him millions, and if he's not, if he or she is not properly trained and prepared, they'll run through that money and become broke again. But you can leave a child with a legacy, a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of whatever it is that is substantial inside of them, and they have not one penny and they become a millionaire. Because the reality is, I realized, and this is the reason why I'm doing legacy, I realized that it is greater than me. It has nothing to do with me. It is greater than a prodigal. It is greater than Calvin. This is about what God wants to do in the nation. How can I impact this generation? I am grateful that I impacted mothers already. People who are 30, who did at 30, did at 10, now at 30. And then them children come. May have some people who used to sing for me, but then parents now, their children are backup vocals for me. And they are looking at the babies that are saying Uncle Praddy and singing. So that's legacy. That's spanning decades. That's legacy for me. So doing that in and of itself speaks to what I am doing through God, because this is not about me. This is not me. This is not just you. This is us. This is we. So legacy is just something for everybody to look onto and say, hey, if God used him to do it, we can all do it. Again, the song that started off the project itself was a song where they play the gospel music in the dance. When we got in studio, I was like, yo, Danny, there's got to be more than gun, girls, and ganja. There's much more than that we can sing about, because that is all I'm hearing in our culture. Everybody is now a gynecologist. Everybody is now opening a something, talking up. It is just that. And I wanted to tell these guys, yo, everybody don't have to chop the line. It's okay. 9 to 5 is not a crime. You can do it the right way and be successful. And that is what I want to leave to the generations. That's what I want to empty myself. I refuse to add to the grave. I refuse to add to the bank of the cemetery, because that's the richest place on the planet. And I will be empty when I'm going back home. When I go back to the Lord, I should have left every single solitary ounce of what I have inside of me to impact a generation. And that's what legacy is about. Come June 6th, Saturday in 3 days, when you converge at Legacy Fest, Legacy Family Fest. This is not a concert. It's not an album launch. It is a reason why the album is the 8th album. It's a new beginning. It is something different.
Yes.
It is a transformation. I want to pass on. I have a bunch of young people on this, and a lot of people ask, yo, you load this to the whole heap of young youth. Yes. I watch the scriptures, Aaron and Ur. You have Paul and Silas. Come on, let's talk. God sent everybody. He has always helped Elijah and Elisha. I want to leave a mantle, pass on the mantle to these youngsters. I want to impact them, and in order to do so, you have to bring them on the battlefield for training. So I want them to be there. This is not about people jumping and screaming. For me, not saying people jump and scream. Nothing is wrong with that. We are going to have fun, but this is going to be purposeful. It's going to be impactful, and we are definitely leaving legacy on June 6th.
That's
Amen. Let's take a pin there, Calvin. We're up on our third break. It's now 6:15 in the evening, and we come right back. We're talking to Calvin Wilby, aka Prodigal Son. This is the Mailbox. We'll soon come back.
Get your tickets now. Don't miss Come Alive, a national call to worship this Emancipation Day, August 1, 2026.
Limited special offer tickets available now
At Love 101 FM, Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Prices are as follows. General admission $7,000, VIP $22,000, and VVIP $32,000. Secure your tickets early and be part of a powerful night of worship, music, and impact.
Limited special offer tickets available now
At Love 101 FM, Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
The Jamaica Teachers Association National Secondary Committee is empowering youth through skills, innovation, and excellence for national development. Don't miss the National Skills Expo this Thursday, June 4 at the Carteret College playing field in Cool Mandeville. 9 a.m. Building skills, building Jamaica, one youth at a time. Meet the president, Mr. Malaber, secondary chair, Mrs. L. Reed Henningham, special presenters, Dr. Delise Williams, principal of VTDI, and Mr. Gavin Derizio JP, Lasco TVET Teacher of the Year 2026. The JTA, empowering youth, inspiring potential, innovating futures, and excelling together. Love 101 will be on location for the National Skills Expo this Thursday, June 4, the Carteret College playing field in Mandeville. The event begins at 9 a.m. and the broadcast on Love 101 begins at 9:30 a.m. Listen for Voice of Power at 9 a.m. The JTA's National Skills Expo this Thursday, June 4, the Carteret College playing field in Mandeville, live on Love 101, the family station.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
welcome back. This is the Mailbox here every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Courtney and Kevin in the place. Our very special guest, Prodigal Son, in the place. Want to ask you, what were some of the specific challenges that you have faced? You mentioned some of them, but talk to us a little bit about some of those challenges. How did you overcome them? And specifically, how you deal with church and navigate some of those challenges as well as others.
All right, so a younger me, if you had asked a younger me this question, I would have tell you, say, I just walk away, I just cuss them off. I'm not sure that's the truth. Because your ego and your emotions would have be at the forefront and the center. A mature me that is being worked on is like I get to understand that people fear what they don't understand. And as a result of that, you might be correcting somebody about something that will be beneficial for them in the future. And they're like, you don't like them. It's like a parent talking to a child and tell them, don't do that. I'm going to take this from you because you do that and all of that. And they are like, oh, mommy don't like me or daddy don't like me. And then when they become adults with children now, they understand the reality of that. For me, I sat down one day and I was talking to Danny and I said, if I could only go back, I would have interpreted and deal with things different, even with where the church is concerned. We have to understand that, with all due respect, we were handed down a colonial type of thing over us, and even now the residue hang over us. We, firstly, we were taught that, hey, you need to wear a suit. Nobody go back to history and understand that that was for the British people created suit because England was cold. And that's the reality. It's not for us. Nothing is wrong with a suit. But the context in which it's placed in a Christian setting is that is like it is a garment of holiness. You understand? So if when me come out as a youth, I wear jeans and Timbs and me just wrap my ear. I was never cultured church. I was never seen as church because to the natural eyes, what they know as church is a look. No, posture is never that. Church has nothing to do with a look. Now be modest. Don't get me wrong. But the whole thing is a heart posture, is a heart condition. David should have been the most vile murderer sinner in the world. God say, hey, he's a man after my own heart. Or you go and go back to God and say, oh, the murderer, oh, the adulterer is a man after my own, after your own heart. God, me not understand you. But God say, I look on his heart. That's it. And above and on every commandment and on this, love. So I deal with the church now in this way. Okay, you are going to do what you must do. You can only give what you have inside of you. So if a person is at a place that they think a suit represents righteousness, you can talk all you want, you can't understand for them. But then as they grow in the knowledge of the Lord, they will now understand that, oh, that is not so. And they themselves eventually will come around. So for me, I have no more time trying to say, oh, them don't like me and this. No, some of them love you too much. I understand that walk away from things and say, oh, brother, you see that a lot of them had me so high on a pedestal that, oh, this man is quote unquote my hero. This man is the epitome of that. Or the youth time start out this reggae gospel and look at it now and whatever. So every slip that you make, they are going to look at it like, yo, I disappoint them. But then as they grow themselves, they will understand that, oh, in the disappointment, the only person I'm supposed to put the eye is Jesus. The only person that is without fault is Jesus. And if the faultless one was killed and hung up on a cross for us, then we understand that. So it's a different now. I was going against a lot of things. For years we have mentor. For years we have the traditional gospel going, and that's what we knew. That's what I grew up on. Now me just come and start, oh, praise the Lord. Man, come on, that's the devil. Why you bringing the devil in the church? So that's how they interpret it. I was too immature to understand that. That's really their interpretation of it. And if they don't know better, they don't know better. Now it's more accepted because people now understand. People are now realizing that, okay, music is not secular. A rhythm is pure, is what you put on it that corrupts or make that rhythm become worship. So that's just basically it for me.
Awesome. You know, many persons listening, especially our men to boys, you know, is just probably wondering, you know, Calvin Wilby, I never knew you sounded this good, or they never knew much about you, and I'm sure this program is exposing you to much. How does a man who is feeling overwhelmed, and I go back to something that you refer to, a good father leaves his children and his children's children a great inheritance, and the word there really is legacy, and it doesn't talk about money, it talks about principles. Encourage a man who is listening. You know, I like that song that he said, it might be down in the doldrums, man a Christian, man and a fraud, Christian out of my church in my yard. I might just be wondering, how do I balance all that I see happening around me in a time like this? You know, I'm listening to you and say you sound more like a preacher now these days than just a gospel artist. One Sunday after at church, use the exact
Okay,
words of one of your
I'm not
songs.
opposing whatever God say, but to answer the question, that's a loaded question. But a person out there saying that, hey, how do I balance this? God, it sounds cliche, but it is. God, you have to see the manual. It's the blueprint. It's the script that you follow for life. Go to God, ask Him. If any man lack wisdom, ask, it shall be given. And I will tell them every time that it's okay to fail. It is silly never to try. So forget about, I'm not going to do this because what if, try. And if you fall, a just man falls 7 times and rise back up. But the wicked fall to what? They don't rise again. And that's just the reality. I will tell everybody who out there, say, listen, faith is the absence. Fear is the absence of courage. And courage is the absence of fear. They both respect each other. And anyone stand up, the other one will sit. So always make sure that the fear is sitting down and you are standing up your courage. You will come on.
Oh, big word that. Just see if we can get a few of the comments. Jacqueline Jackson, Brian Peace in Clarendon say, I am listening. I love his songs. Very interesting conversation. And what if we can get a few more in, Courtney? But so many persons here. Yeah.
Big up
Ray
Prada every
Finn.
time his songs are tall, strength, Ray Finn. Just remind persons about the Legacy Fest time when the gates open, what's the cost? Just remind us
so the
as we
gates
draw
open.
closer to the end.
Legacy Fest is this Saturday, June 6th, Swallowfield Chapel. That's 5 to 9 Swallowfield Road, Kingston 5. The gates open at 4 p.m. We have the birthday celebration begins at 4:30, 5 o'clock. There'll be a big celebration going on. You come in and you enjoy that. You can go buy your food, do whatever, just enjoy yourself in the presence of the Lord. Then the concert gets started at 7 p.m. We have Jason Mighty coming in, Positive from Trinidad, Monty G from Bahamas, yours truly, Prodigal Son. We have Shepherd, who's not been here for a while, Lionel Tape. We have the Flaming Arrow, Markland McFarlane. We have Perry in Christ, J. Cool, Trevon Clark. We have a whole bunch. Andrea McCurdy will be opening in worship. And then I have gone right back to my foundation band. We are going to be doing from the first song to wherever we are today. It will be a different thing. History will be made.
Wow.
Come early. Go get your tickets at Statement Pieces, Brian's Bookstore, Music Mart, Fontana Pharmacies, Island Wide, and SpurOpen.com. Let me advise everybody that pre-sold ticket cuts off midnight Friday. On Saturday, you can't get pre-sold ticket. That will be out. I don't know if we will have tickets at the gate. Let me say that again. Get your tickets because we are not sure that we will be selling tickets at the gate. So go get your tickets now. For the children under 12, you're free. However, you have to secure a ticket at SpurOpen.com. Just go there and print it. That will be closed tomorrow midnight. So if you want your child to be there, you have to get that ticket. The student, it's 1,000. That's closed tomorrow night. I don't care what age you be, as long as you're a student with an ID, you can come in. So that's where that is. So we're looking forward. It's gonna be a wonderful time in the Lord. We have DJ Rebirth playing music. We have DJ Chinny, we have DJ Noi, we have DJ Godson out of Bahamas. It's gonna be an awesome time. I am looking forward. It's my birthday. Come celebrate with me. Walk with a gift. Please and thank you for something in your hand and walk with a gift. We will
Yes.
be having a wonderful time in the Lord. So I'm looking for against Swallowfield Chapel June 6th,
Amen.
that's Saturday at 4 p.m. The gates open and we go until.
Amen, 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 amen. We're going to wrap there. Thanks to none other than Calvin Kirby, aka Prodigal's son. We thank you for being here with us. We thank Jermaine Johnson, our producer, Niku Angus, for technical support. And indeed, we want to end the show with this quote: the greatest legacy one can pass on to one's children and grandchildren is not money, but rather a legacy of character and faith. Billy Graham was the one who said
That's it. Yeah, that's it for our show this week. Catch you next week, Wednesday, June 10, 2026. Same place, same time inside the mailbox. As we say, Monday up.
Monday!
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Strong man.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Integrity man. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. Yes. Strong man. Integrity man. I am a man.
Here to FM, the radio in Jamaica. I love 101 FM. The time is now 6:31. It's that time of day for us to bring you the temperature check for King.